Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Monday, April 25th. Well, we're starting a new week here, and I want to take a look at Apple on multiple time frames and just give my assessment of what potentially could take place with Apple because earnings are tomorrow, and we should know. I mean, Apple's been coming down quite a bit here since it created that triple top at 112, dropped pretty quickly down to the lower Bollinger Band. It's just sitting here hanging out. We do have this gap right here. We want to be aware of 109.70. That's a very important gap to know, and we also have another gap right here at 102. 103. It's actually at 102 and change. Yeah, 102 and change. Okay, Stowe is still coming down, and your MACD histogram is still coming down. Nothing spectacular. I don't see any turn ups there. Once we cross this line here, then we're going to be in moving down pretty heavy. Typically, that's what happens. You can see your Stowe is just chilling. Your slow Stowe is just flat. Anytime it comes up, it comes right back down again. Can't get out of its own way. Any buying, the selling keeps coming into it. But relative strength index is at 42, so it pretty much has not found its bottom yet since the relative strength index was a 70. Normally it will come down to the 30 at some point before it bounces to the upside. So we want to know that this gap is here, and potentially could be filled. I set up a couple trend lines ahead of time, but we're going to move it to a weekly time frame so we can get a better look at this. And you could see here that on a weekly time frame we're at the upper Bollinger Band, okay, with Stowe is just crossing to the downside. You could see our MACD is starting to come down. Your relative strength index is at 47, and it's pretty much, whoops, let's put that back there. Let's put this over here. Pretty much it hit this trend line and then started coming back down again. Okay, so low side to this is going to be the 92.17, like it did last time. It came up and then it came back down again. We could get a nice little push down from earnings to the downside, or we can come back up here to the upside. I don't think we're going to get a breakout. Normally they don't really, unless it's a huge surprise. Normally it won't just bust down through to the upside, but it definitely can. So, but just typically speaking, when you're inside a Bollinger Band, you're basically just going from the upper to the lower constantly. So we did hit our triple top over here for the trend line. It started moving down. You can see on the monthly, it's a little more identifiable. It really lines up nicely, keeps it nice and simple for you. And I set up some longer term trend lines too, right here, so we can see, this here, along with this here. Pretty much falls in place, over in this area if it was to trade really tight. But I think we are going to get a move, and we could get back down. We could get down to this 92.17. But long term, you can see a Stowe is starting to getting ready to cross. Not ready yet, but your slow Stowe has turned back down to the downside, and also your middle, your RSI is down at 50, right in the middle zone right here. So, since the split, it's pretty much, it moved all the way up, had a nice move to the upside, hit that 135, and then it's just been downhill ever since. A lot of things are going on in China. A lot of news things surrounding this. They cut their iPhone production, so on and so forth. But remember, expectations on this are very, very, very low. They have definitely, all the analysts have knocked back from everything that I read, have really knocked this back. So who knows what's going to happen. It's definitely going to be a crapshoot to play this, whether it moves, if it does move at all. I mean, it could just stay flat, but who knows. But typically what I'm looking at here is probably down to this trend line here, or even maybe test this 92.17 on a big miss. On a beat, I would say it's going to blow up to blow right over this and start slowly trickling back up to the upside again. If it can get its legs moving. So the monthly saying maybe, the daily saying maybe, the weekly saying no chance. So we'll have to see what happens. This could be very interesting. Either it's going to miss and blow down here, or it's going to beat and start trucking up to the upside. So we'll have to see what happens. I think we do have another gap somewhere up on the top. Yeah, here it is. Up at 130. Okay, so eventually we're going to get this. I don't know when, but I promise you we will, because all gaps get filled one way or another. It just happens that way. So maybe we're going to come down, hit this first, and then go, but we'll have to see. Earnings are tomorrow night, so be prepared. Should be pretty interesting. Have yourself a good one, and good luck. If you want to follow my trades, my specific option trades, make sure you follow my WhatsApp. It'll be on this video. The link is on the video. We have a little over We have over 75 people following me on WhatsApp right now. Make sure, if you're interested in learning and following, definitely see my option trades roll out right on your phone. Makes it much easier when you're at work and floating around. Have yourself a fantastic day.